The Chicago Sky are making moves like a team with a plan. And if you blink, you might just miss what Jeff Pagliocca is trying to do. Earlier, a couple months ago, we saw the Chicago Sky and Jeff Pagliocca decide to trade the number 3 pick in the WNBA Draft for 2025. He traded that and an asset for 2027. He traded that for a proven WNBA vet. And the Chicago Sky, there was a lot of people that were like, what? That's terrible. That's a bad decision. The Chicago Sky trading away the number 3 pick. And that's going to be a very, very good player. Why would you do that? And all this stuff. There's a lot of talk about Jeff Pagliocca not totally knowing what he was doing and all this other stuff in that trade to get Ariel Atkins. Now, when we look back, step back a little bit, and we see, now we're like, Jeff, I think he was going somewhere with that. I think he was going somewhere because some of the players we thought that was going to be in the WNBA draft did not enter the WNBA draft, and now trading away that number 3 pick for Ariel Atkins, a proven shooter in the WNBA, maybe that was a good decision. Maybe that was a good decision, Jeff. And then and then yesterday, probably I think a little bit more than 24 hours before the 2025 WNBA draft, Jeff Pagliocca decides to make another savvy late-minute trade with the Minnesota Lynx. Now, the Chicago Sky acquired Minnesota's number 11th pick in this year's draft, and in return, the Minnesota Lynx get to keep the Sky's 2026 first-round pick outright. So before, the Chicago Sky had a pick swap with the Minnesota Lynx for that 2026 first-round pick, meaning that if the Chicago Sky had a better was worse off than the Minnesota Lynx, then the Minnesota could take their pick. So let's say the Chicago Sky had the number 2 pick in the draft, Minnesota had the number 10 pick in the draft for 2026. The Sky would have to go to that number 10, and the Minnesota Lynx would get that number 2. Now, Minnesota fully owns the Chicago Sky's first-round pick for 2026. They fully own it. Fully own it. All right? So that's something to know. And the reason why Minnesota even had the pick swap to begin with is because y'all remember how the Chicago Sky got Angel Reese last year? Y'all remember? Y'all remember how the Chicago Sky traded or ended up drafting Angel Reese for that number 7 pick? That was because the Chicago Sky negotiated that pick swap and other stuff to move up one spot in the draft to pick up Angel Reese. That was a sort of a last-ish minute deal that Jeff Pagliocca did last year, and it resulted in Angel, right? You know, we walked away with the number 7th pick, which turned into Angel Reese, who I would consider as the franchise player for the Chicago Sky. You know, at the time, the decision to trade away assets to move up one spot in the draft, it did raise some eyebrows, but is looking more like a heist in hindsight because it's like, hey, look like we got the better end of the deal with that draft in that trade. Now, Jeff Pagliocca's like, I'm going to do it again. Did it last year. We got Angel Reese. I did it a couple months ago. We got Ariel Atkins for the number 3 pick. And I'm doing it again because I am betting that this draft is more competitive than what people are thinking. By sending away the 2026 first round pick to Minnesota and canceling their right for that pick swap, the Sky are basically saying, we think we're going to be a pretty good team next year or this year for 2025. And so that pick that we just gave Minnesota will not be that great of a pick. It will not be a lottery pick because the Sky will be good this coming year. And they are believing that the players that they're going to pick up in the first round this year is going to be players that will actually stay on the team. And don't forget, guys, here, I made this graphic so y'all can easily understand what's going on. The Chicago Sky now have the number 10 pick, the number 11 overall pick, which was, they just got through that trade. They got the number 16 pick, and they have the number 22 pick. Jeff is basically saying that the number 10 pick and the number 11 pick, I expect both of them to make the roster. That's basically what he's saying by doing this trade. And don't forget, guys, in 2026, the Chicago Sky will have a first-round pick. They will. They will have a first-round pick because we have that pick swap with the Connecticut Sun. All right? We still have that pick swap in 2026 with the Connecticut Sun. So we will have a first-round pick next year. And it'll probably be a good pick because Connecticut likely will not be very good this year. All right, let's get to some of y'all chats. Let's get to some of y'all super chats. Thank you so much, Anthony, for the super chat. Says, when will they add roster spots to the WNBA? We don't know. It could be in this upcoming CBA, possibly. We'll see. We're going to be renegotiating the CBA, and so we'll keep an eye out for that. We'll see if they end up expanding the number of players on rosters. Wow, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, Anissa will be gone 6 through 8, but statistically, she will outperform every other rookie in 2025, just like Angel. Nothing translates to the league like Dog does. Like, yeah. I mean, yeah, I think we're gonna see some big numbers from Anissa Morrow when it comes to definitely rebounding for the WNBA. I think she's gonna do pretty well. And to be honest with you, yeah, I think she is absolutely going to go to the State Valkyries. That's my opinion right there. That is my opinion. Erica says, Quita, that jersey is fire. Might have to cop one when I come out to Chicago this summer. Here's the deal. I got this for free. On Saturday. Little side note. On Saturday, I went to the White Sox. White Sox played the Red Sox on Saturday, and they were giving away. This is a sweatshirt, guys. This is a sweatshirt. This is a sweatshirt. This is not a actual jersey. It's a sweatshirt. But it looks like a jersey. Like it has like the patches, and it looks really, really good. And these buttons are not real. The top 2 buttons are real, but all the other buttons are not real. They're faux buttons. But it looks cool and it looks like a jersey. And I got it for free. So shout out to the Chicago Sky for having good giveaway items. Okay, or Chicago White Sox for having good giveaway items. Now, the Sky should have something like this. Too bad I don't think they ever will. But this is a really nice giveaway item. Like, very, very nice. This is probably the highest quality giveaway item I've ever gotten. Because if it looks like a jersey from far off, it looks like a jersey that I'm just wearing like an undershirt to. Like, it looks fire. It looks fire. W0 says, Quita trying to get NIL. Hey, if anybody want to make a deal with me, hey, send me an email. But no gambling people. No gambling people. Okay? All right. Anyway, back to the discussion. So a thing to note is that the Connecticut Sun are not looking too hot for 2025, right? They are in rebuild mode in a lot of ways. And if and when Connecticut slips in the standings, this could possibly be a lottery first-round pick for the Chicago Sky in 2026. So to recap, guys, the Chicago Sky have traded out of a likely late-ish round 2026 first-round pick. And they also keep the chance to move up in the 2026 draft thanks to the deal with the Connecticut Sun with that pick swap. So yeah, Jeff Pagliocca, the front office for the Chicago Sky, they're trying to make some stuff happen. They are absolutely trying to make some stuff happen. They got 4 picks in this year's draft in the top 22, like 2 picks in the first round, 2 picks in the second round. That's a lot of depth. That's a lot of flexibility. That's a lot of trade bait, potentially, ... So what does this mean? Well, this means 2 likely things are at play. Jeff is going all in on this draft with a stacked amount of young role players. Now, I don't think this is not a deep draft in terms of stars. Not at all. You got Paige Beckers and you got Dominique Malunga. That's it. When it comes to stars, potential stars, that's it. That's all you got in this year's draft. But you do have a lot of potential really, really good role players. And seems like Jeff may be betting on the fact that that these players are going to be able to actually make a roster and actually be competitive. Because he's going to be getting these players on a deal this year. And remember, guys, the CBA is going to be different next year. So you're going to get these players on a lower contract than you would if they're rookies next year. And you're going to build on your bench. My hope, I've told y'all before, now this is the fan talking for this is the Chicago Sky fan talking for Quita, okay? Chicago Sky fan. I think that my preference would be for the Chicago Sky to draft Sarah Ashley Barker. That's what I want the Chicago Sky to draft, right? When the Chicago Sky only had the number 10 pick in the first round, I wanted Sarah Ashley Barker, because Sarah Ashley Barker is a shooter, right? She is a shooter, and she can get hot from three and not miss, and she's 6 foot tall, which is what you need. You need height. You need a tall guard who can knock down shots, and that's what Sarah Ashley Barker can do. I hope that Jeff Pagliocca does not fumble the bag on Sarah Ashley Barker. I don't understand why a lot of people are not talking about her. I don't get it. Like, I get it. Sanaya Rivers, crazy talented, crazy. Like, she is athletic. When I think of Sanaya Rivers, I think of like a Kalia Copper coated type of player. A player who is very, very athletic. A player who can get to the rim, and Sanaya Rivers is not that great of a shooter, right? But she has the potential. She has the potential to be someone who can stay in the league for a long time. But now that we have the 10 and 11 pick, I think there's a chance that we could possibly get Sarah Ashley Barker or Sanaya Rivers. The thing is, you kind of have to worry about who's gonna fall down in that second round, because I don't think Sanaya Rivers will not last until that second round pick. She will not last until that 16th pick. She'll be gone. She's gonna be gone, right? And I don't think Sarah Ashley Barker will last there as well. And then you got some other decisions you need to make. Do you get Serena Sundell, a point guard in there, right? Is that who you get? Do you get a Cheyenne Sellers, right? Like, there's a lot of question marks about how exactly the Chicago Sky want to weave this thing around. And personally, if I was Jeff, I would be going for Sarah Ashley Barker, and I would be going for Sanaya Rivers. That's what I would do. That's what I do. Because Sanaya Rivers is going to give you defense out the wazoo. She is going to give you a very, very athletic player who can get to the rim and kind of try to create their own shot. Like, it's sort of like, yeah, a lot of question marks about exactly what the Sky will do. But I think getting a player like a Sanaya Rivers does make a lot of sense. I've heard people talking about, oh, the Sky needs to get Haley Van Lith and all that stuff. I don't think so. I really don't. I don't think so. I think we need someone who can shoot, and we need someone who can get to the basket and defense. So that's the thing. That is the thing. Either way, I'm excited about this draft. Guys, remember last year I said, before the draft, I called it where Angel and Camilla was going to get picked by the Sky. I said it before the draft happened. I said it, Camilla and Angel are going to the Sky. This year, I don't feel that confident. I don't. I would like the Chicago Sky to get Sanaya Rivers and Sarah Ashley Barker, but I don't know. I'm trying to figure out truly what Jeff is planning on doing. But I think it should be fun either way. I think it should be fun either way. And I'm hoping that this man knows what he's doing. He's been proven that he knows what he's doing. Even when I doubt him, He seems to know what he's doing. So I'm going to say my guess is Sarah and Sanaya.